Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to give out my first anti-post tips of the flat season, and they're going to be looking ahead to Royal Ascot, which will be coming around soon enough in just over a month's time. And my first tip is going to be trained by Aidan O'Brien, and that definitely isn't a bad thing at the minute, and it's going to be New York City, who I think will be running in the Commonwealth Cup on the Friday the 17th of June at Ascot. And I think this horse is one that is much on the improve, and at 14 to 1 there might just be a little bit of an each way value. If he does turn up on the day, then I think this horse would have a very good chance. Now, this horse as a 2-year-old didn't have much to write home about in form, to be honest. It didn't even win as a 2-year-old, but it was highly tried, and I think, like many of Aidan O'Brien's, like we've seen at Chester and at Ascot the last couple of days, they've come back as much better 3-year-olds, and this horse is definitely no different. It made short odds look pretty simple when it won at 2 to 9 at Navan under Aidan O'Brien trained Ryan Moore. Didn't have to get too serious, and the horse won very impressively by 7 lengths, and it backed that up over 5.5 furlongs at Navan again just a couple of weeks later, and it won a listed contest that day by a length. And I think the form of that race will work out pretty well at the end of the day. Straight Answer was second, that's a good horse, and Cadamaster was third, also trained by Aidan O'Brien, and Ryan Moore actually rode Cadamaster that day, so they might not have expected that much from New York City. He probably was the second string, but it led most of the race and it stayed on strongly over the 5.5 furlongs. I think that suggests that the 6 furlongs might suit this horse a little bit more, and I think at 14 to 1 it wouldn't be the worst anti-post bet of all time. Now, my second one is also 14 to 1 in the Platinum Jubilee Stakes, which is on the Friday, I believe, and it's going to be Minzal, trained by Owen Burrows. This 4-year-old looks on the improve, and it's actually running today at the time of recording at York, and I think it's going to win today, and I think it'll shorten plenty in the betting. Now, this horse has never put a good string of runs together, just because he's had a few problems over the years. Its best form was as a 2-year-old, and it's got some good form at Ascot too, where it was second to Tis Marvellous over the flying 5 furlongs. That was a very good run after a long break, and it backed it up when third in the Champion Sprint Stakes last year in October 2021 at Ascot. That was a very good run as well, so I think this horse has course form. The 6 furlongs will suit, and I think this horse is very lightly raced for a 4-year-old. Only had the 6 starts. I think is open to a lot of improvement, and at 14 to 1 it would be an each way bet for me against some horses that are similar prices which don't look as open to improvement as Minzal. So they're my 2 bets for the first anti-post bets of the flat season: Minzal and New York City, both at 14 to 1, and I think both will hopefully have chances if turning up in June at Royal Ascot. So thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment below if you think you found any value in the anti-post market ahead of the big meetings at Ascot later on in the year.